Let's go up to a beautiful Chestnut Hill. The head football coach joins us, Bill O'Brien. Coach, first of all, before we get started, happy Thanksgiving to you, your staff, your family, players, all that good stuff. We'll get that part out of the way because I know it's a crazy week. You got to get ready for Pittsburgh. But congrats on the 6 W's. I mean, getting to a postseason, I know that was one of the things before the season. We got to get that box checked and so forth. But, man, the way you played here, especially Saturday, it was a BC kind of W, wasn't it? Across the board, offense, defense, you name it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys, and happy Thanksgiving to you guys too. It definitely was, a Boston College type of game. I'm dealing with this FaceTime though. Somebody told me I had to do FaceTime here, and this is
well, you
this
got
is
a
not
good
a
Boston
fake for
College
FaceTime.
face.
But no, but oh man. But anyways, it was great. Our guys did a good job against a good North Carolina team, and our offensive line played well. They came to play. The running backs, Kai Robichaud, Jordan McDonald, Trayshawn Ward, John Montague got in there. It was good. It was a good day for BC.
Coach, when you had the change at quarterback and when you watch Grayson James and the poise, the composure, the even keel to his personality in game, what has he brought to the offense?
Yeah, you see it the right way, Tommy. He's a very bright guy. He's very prepared. He was injured earlier in the season. He was out for about 6 weeks. He had a rotator cuff issue, and it took him a while to come back from that. He came back. He prepared like the starter. He, obviously played against Western Kentucky, played well, played against Syracuse, did a nice job in that game. I thought he played well against SMU, a really good SMU team.
Mm-hmm.
And then last week against North Carolina, he played well. He's a guy that's earned it. He's earned it on the practice field, and he's just a good guy to coach. You're right. He's poised. He's smart. He knows how to approach each day, each play, every drill. He's that type of guy.
Coach, you want to talk about the other side? Marion Hampton is a great football player. We're going to watch him on Sundays. He's going to make a lot of money. He's been terrorizing everybody. And you know what? He's the kind of guy, he's going to get the touches, and yet you just, hold on for dear life. What was it about your staff and your kids Saturday that just said, guess what? Kid's a player, but he ain't beating us? Because what you guys did to him, nobody's kind of figured that out all season long against him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the deal with North Carolina. They've got a great back in Hampton, like you said. He will definitely be an NFL back. He's powerful. He breaks tackles. And we just knew that it was going to take a all 11 guys, a swarm to the ball attitude. Really had to have good gap integrity because they had a pretty diverse running game scheme wise. And I think our guys, for the most part, did a good job. I mean, they stayed in their gaps. They played tough. They played with good pad level. And we tackled pretty well. We missed some tackles. Don't get me wrong. We weren't perfect, but I thought overall we tackled well, and that was a good thing for our team on Saturday.
Coach, you're in the infant stages of building this program and getting to that 6th win, becoming bowl eligible. How important is that foundationally for you to be practicing when you're in the month of December, be visible, be viable? Is that just another building block in the step that is so important in hopefully enhancing this roster and getting more wins in 2025?
Yeah, it's a big deal to go to a bowl, especially in our first year. We got hired in February. Give these kids a lot of credit. They stuck with us. It wasn't an easy spring. We ran physical practices. We demanded a lot of these guys in the summertime, and these guys stuck with us. And now to be able to have those extra practices for probably like a late December bowl game is really important. We're able to develop some of these guys that maybe haven't played as much, but we know are going to play a lot next year, and obviously get ready for the bowl game. So it's a big deal for us. It was a big deal to be bowl eligible. It's like an extra spring practice, right? You get those extra practices, which is huge for our football program.
Coach, yesterday morning I was doing an interview with some guy by the name of John Mita Perrell at some radio station, WEEI, up there in Boston, and he's bothering me at 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning like I got things to do, and he's talking to me about this guy, Bill O'Brien, and 4 defensive starters out. I'm like, I don't want to hear about this nonsense. I got to get to church. But, you talk about the quality of establishing depth, right? Quality depth in a program, and you've been a part of this for a long time. It's something that you've got to get, whether you're at Boston College, Alabama, you name a school, you better have it. To be able to see those guys step up the way they did on Saturday, I mean, you got to be excited though about the future, right? I know you're going to recruit well. You understand what that school's all about. We've had that conversation before, but man, to see so many young guys step up this late in the season and perform at the level that you did, it's got to be incredibly encouraging.
Yeah, I appreciate you seeing that and noticing that. That's been very encouraging. We had a great example of that at running back, Jordan McDonald. He stepped in a couple weeks ago and really played well against Syracuse, SMU, and then North Carolina. He's really earned it on the practice field. We had a corner, Ryan Turner, who stepped in and was basically a third team corner all year. It wasn't an easy time for him. Transferred here from Ohio State, expected to play right away. Just wasn't seeing the field. Took advantage of his opportunity. Right, had a pick six, had a sack. Just did a great job in the game. And there's other examples. We're playing a lot of defensive linemen right now, rotating defensive linemen in there. There's a guy you see in the highlight, Joe Marinaro, who is our special teams captain, but has been, called to action at inside linebacker because we've had a lot of injuries at inside linebacker. And Joe got a game ball. He had a great game. And so, yeah, to be able to have that type of depth for guys that can just step in, and we have confidence in these guys. They practice hard. They were ready to play, and very proud and very happy for those guys to take advantage of that opportunity.
Coach, obviously the world has changed dramatically in college athletics, college football in particular, when it comes to the transfer portal and all those sorts of things. And I've talked to some coaches throughout the year that when they got a late season bye week, they've started to engage with their players and their football team, trying to get some type of forecast on what they're going to do and how you're going to manage and massage this roster. Is that something you believed in? Have you had those types of conversations, or are you just going to let the chips fall where they may, let signing day come a week from now, and then figure it out as it comes?
No, absolutely. We have definitely had those types of conversations. We did the same thing. We've had 2 bye weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most important things, Tom, and I think I'm not, I don't want to speak for you, but I know you'll agree with there's nothing more important, than the relationship between the coach and the player, right? And look,
Right.
that's not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to retain 100% with just a relationship. But if you have an honest, open line of communication, and we have a lot of pro football experience here, right? So, and this is becoming, a lot like pro football. It's not pro
Mm-hmm.
football, don't get me wrong, but there are some similarities. You have an open line of communication with your players. We really enjoy coaching all these guys. We don't want to lose anybody. We want everybody to come back. We feel like we can develop these guys and help them become really good players. And then obviously Boston College is a great school, so we want them to be back. We've engaged with every player on our team, and we'll continue those conversations throughout this week, and then obviously next week. The portal opens on the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't know what to expect. Expect the unexpected, but I really feel good about our team and our ability to retain our football team.
I know you're sitting here watching film, and you'd rather be watching film than talking to us, but I'm going to try to tie both of them together here. Watching film means here comes Pittsburgh. I know they've lost 4 straight, but a really talented team. Another Northeast mentality. Pat loves to play the way he likes to play, the way you love to play. The only thing missing is a little snow coming this weekend. But what do you see from Pittsburgh when you're watching the tape so far? This is still a good football team.
Yeah, you can see I got him on in the background here. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Pat Narduzzi. I've known Pat for a long time. Pat was coaching at University of Rhode Island when I was at Brown coaching. So Pat and I go way back. Pat's a very, an excellent coach, an excellent defensive coach, great head coach. He's won this league. He knows what it takes to win. Very tough guy, and it's going to be a tough game. I mean, they do a great job in all 3 phases. They're very well coached. Look, they've lost some close games. It's not like, maybe Louisville wasn't as close as they wanted it to be, but they've lost some close games over the long haul of the season. Had to deal with some injuries. This is a Pitt team that's going to be a very, very difficult challenge for us. I'm glad it's at home. Hopefully, we'll get a good crowd, and but we know that it's going to be a big challenge for us.
All right, before we let you go, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about Thanksgiving. What has to be on the plate for you on Thanksgiving? Do you have a special side? I mean, don't say packaged turkey. I get that. Do you have a special something that the family O'Brien, that this has got to be part of the gig on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, there's a stuffing mix that my wife makes that's been handed down in her family from her grandmother to her mother to my wife. That's unbelievable. I mean, it's
So
got everything you want in there. You've got bacon, you've got sausage, you got everything you
Oh, let's
want.
go.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And then, obviously, I'm looking forward, as you can tell by this FaceTime, I'm looking forward to dessert, right? So, you know, carrot carrot cake, pecan pie, a little ice cream on there. So I'm a big dessert guy. But yeah, no, I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's an awesome holiday. It's cool up here in Massachusetts
Yeah.
because a lot of high school football and things like that. So I love Thanksgiving, always have.
yeah, me too. Listen, congratulations on all your success. We love dealing with you. You're straightforward, no nonsense, which is our kind of style. And wish you nothing but the best, man. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you in the bowl season, all that good stuff, and good luck against Pitt this weekend.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank, thank you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, thanks for having us on.